Hi everybody, welcome back. You join me once again in my French farmhouse set in the very cold Normandy countryside. Now we're on day 14 of the Advent. Yes, I know it's going quick, very quick. So here we go, let's get the box 14 open and see what magic awaits. Box 14, reveal yourself. Oh look, just what I always wanted. As usual, it's very difficult to get out. Oh, that's glued in, that one. Right, so that's another delight to go with the many I've already got. Wow, look at that. What a centrepiece. Right, that's enough of that. Let's get on with the day. Now, while I'm on the subject of opening some boxes, I've just took delivery of a few things I've ordered. Now I'd like to share it with you, so I'll get the boxes open and show you what I've bought. So here we go. Sean, I hear you say, what's in the box? No, it's not another one of those. But I've got something in the box. And I have a beautiful funnel. Nice tin lining, all hand planished. It's absolutely lovely, this one. There we go, nice iron forged handle. I shall get that polished up, and well, let's see whether that makes it in the Etsy shop or not. Might have it on display for a little while. These look really great. They're good, you know, they've still got a practical use, and I probably will use it, so we'll get that polished up later. That's one down. Right. Oh, this is nice. Not really looked at this one properly, but it's a fabulous hand carved, sort of like a bracket, shelf bracket, and I hope you can see the detail on it in the light. Not sure whether it's ecclesiastical, like from a church. Maybe it is, but this is going to get polished up. I'm going to get some wax on it later, maybe a bit of wire wool, and give that a lovely polish up. Now this will probably end up in my boot room. For those that follow the channel, I have spoke about renovating my boot room. That'll be coming up in the new year, so stay tuned if you like renovation works. And this is probably going to go in there. I'll put something on top, maybe my keys, because I'm always forgetting those. So yeah, that is a lovely piece. Probably could be 200 years old, maybe older. That's stunning. So that'll get polished up. I think originally this may have been gilded. It's like a reddy colour. Often they sort of gilded these, but maybe it's been worn off over the years. Not quite sure. I'll look into that a little bit more. So that's that one. That's lovely. Very pleased with that. Ah, this is nice. This is very old. Probably a couple of 100 years old. It's got a little collar around there. Now what that'll do, that could either sit in a bowl of boiling water, or that could sit in the hole on a range where you take the plates out. I've got it on my range, but it's running at the moment, so I can't show you. But what that'll do, that would sit, you know, above the heat source, and you'd melt your sugars or whatever you wanted to do in there, chocolate. So that's going to get polished up. Needs a little bit of work, maybe a little bit of straightening out by myself. Lovely fruit wood handle, I think. That needs a bit of polishing. So yeah, that's lovely, all handmade. Like I say, a couple of 100 years old, so still going strong, like these old pieces are. You know, they really do last, and you can hand them down. Brilliant, great investments as well. So that's that one. So there. This one's another great piece. This one I bought at Lissou, which is an antique fair. Lovely large pan, all hand beaten, great quality. Nice tin interior, nothing to worry about for quite a few years. But this will need polishing up. I can do that myself. I'll maybe show you later on. Might be this side of Christmas, but might be the other side of Christmas, where I'll start polishing up my copper pieces. I've got a polishing wheel and some other methods that I use, so if you like copper, be sure to stay tuned. So that's that one. I've got plenty more, but we won't go into it too much. I think while I'm talking about copper, in a previous video I did say that I was going to get some more pieces out and show you what the uses were. So I think my next piece is the standard pot. We call it a Marmite pot. Multi-use really. Very deep, with lots of liquids. Good tin interior. Nice, good solid bronze handles. Great construction, all handmade down here. So this is your basic stock pot or stew pot really, you know, for boiling. You put potatoes in there and, you know, vegetables, so that's that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a bain-marie. Most of you will know what these are, but it's one of these. Now they have lids on. Next they have a porcelain liner. Now this is primarily for melting chocolate. So you fill that up with water. That boils away. This goes on top. The chocolate goes in there. So it's not touching the direct heat source and it can just melt away without catching and stuff like that. So that's that one. Now I'm sorry if I'm whizzing through these with not too much detail, but it's quite a busy kitchen and I only get a small time slot, so but I will cover all this later on in other videos in the new year, so I thought I'd just give you a brief glimpse into what the uses are. Right, now I'm going to walk you around and save bringing it to the table. Here we go. So we have got mixing bowls here. You'd mix away like so. Now these are favoured by many top chefs, pure copper lining for egg whites. There's something in the chemistry. The copper brings out the best in the egg whites, makes it nice and fluffy and light, which is very important for all you chefs out there. Then we'd probably move on to something like this. I think that's for an apple dish, tart tatin I believe. I'd have to ask Sam for that one. I think the apples or pears can go in the bottom part of here, upside down. So that's that one. And then you've got your normal cake tin here. That's for desserts. And you have your jelly moulds, which are for your jellies. Some are for blancmanges and aspic and other things like that. This one here is a Charlotte mould. I think that's an upside down one, hence the lugs for turning it out. And then you've got your different sorts of jelly moulds really. These are rather sweet, little tiny ones. Different things on them. And then we go over to this side. Bigger jelly moulds. And just the different sorts of ladles. That's a side ladle for pouring. And you've got the smaller ones for more specialist stuff. It's like a little sauce one. And you've got your colanders, your little scoops there. So yeah, just a quick glimpse into a professional chef's kitchen really. I mean, I'm not a professional chef, but all these items are in professional chef's kitchens. And this here, it's an Italian name. Now I've attempted to say this before. It begins with a Z, Zeg Bologna or something like that. I always get it wrong. So please let me know if I got it right this time. That's also for sort of putting over a heat sauce and mixing. That's a very handy thing. Sam's gone out shopping, she'll be back soon. Back to a nice warm house. Yep, that's going great. And like I just said, I'm not a professional chef. And those of you that see the camembert video will testify to that. It went a little bit wrong, to say the least. Now what happened with that, a few confessions. The camembert had been left out of the fridge, and then unbeknown to me was put back into the fridge. Now that was long enough to turn it rancid. Didn't know this. So when I come to do the dish, I went to the fridge, I got camembert out, none the wiser. Went to get the pastry out and somebody had used half the pastry as well, so kind of took me by surprise a little bit, but I carried on and winged it. Anyway, it didn't go according to plan, and I couldn't eat it. I did try it, but it wasn't very pleasant, so I put it out the window. You know, I said it was for the birds, but the birds couldn't eat it because it was too salty. So there was no birds harmed in that video whatsoever, and the camembert ended up not being edible, so don't like wasting food, but unfortunately that one got away, so that's that. Now you know the truth. So I think that's enough for me today. Join me tomorrow on day 15 when I've got some more special things planned. See you then. Bye for now.